Now, still on COVID, let's take a look at the global situation. Germany is facing fresh coronavirus infections as football fans are prevented from going to pitches till at least the end of October. The German league restarted in mid-May after a suspension of more than 2 months, becoming the first European league to resume under strict rules to contain the spread of the COVID-19 disease. The number of new cases in Germany is still hovering around 1,000 per day. Correspondent Kate Brady is political correspondent with our partners DW and joins us with more details. Kate, let's start off with the case counts. Germany has reported its highest number of cases since early May. What's the latest?
So the Robert Koch Institute for Public Health here in Germany announced today that there were 1,226 new cases registered here in Germany yesterday. So we're still far away from the peak of more than 6,000 new daily cases that we were seeing back in April. But at the same time, German Health Minister Jens Spahn has said that this is reason to be concerned. At the moment, he says that the German healthcare system can cope with the numbers, especially around the 1,000 mark. But at the same time, one of the main concerns is that a lot of these new cases aren't being traced back to localized outbreaks that can be easily contained like we've seen in recent weeks, but that this seems to be across the country, and we're seeing cases pop up in all sorts of places. Now, there's several contributing factors that have been highlighted, including people returning from holidays, also people returning to schools now, but also that we've seen an increase in the number of cases being traced back to family gatherings as well. And just anecdotally speaking, it does seem that people are becoming slightly more negligent, especially when it comes to mask wearing requirements around the country.
Interesting. It's quite similar to the situation we are seeing in Ghana, Kate, that last sentence you mentioned. Now, Berlin is potentially considering an alcohol ban in bars if the numbers continue to rise. How do authorities intend to do that?
Well, what we're seeing at the moment is a number of different measures being implemented still around the country. We have a federal system here in Germany, so different states are handling things differently. So if you look to the south, for example, down in Munich, in Bavaria, there's a soft curfew still in place there, for example, and at 11 p.m. every night it's lights out for bars and restaurants, while up in Hamburg in northern Germany there's actually an alcohol ban in place again this weekend after that was tested last weekend, and the hope there of local authorities is to disencourage people from gathering in large groups in big public spaces, which of course is a very attractive idea to many people right now, especially due to this heat wave that we're experiencing here.
Speaking of large gatherings, Kate, and this is our final question, there's a big setback this week for fans of Germany's beloved Bundesliga. Your health minister extended a ban for spectators in stadiums. What does this mean for fans and the league?
Well, the Bundesliga was the world's first major football league to return to the pitch back in May to finish up their season, but to finish that season, indeed, it was without any fans in the stadium. So there had been hopes that as of September 1st, spectators would have been allowed back into the stadiums. But health ministers have decided that that's simply out of the question at the moment, especially due to this uptick in the number of new cases. And even many fans, although they were keen to get back into the stadiums, were sceptical about the health and safety plans that had been suggested by the German Football League. But of course, in the meantime, clubs are keen to get fans back into stadiums, especially when it comes to the financial reasons as well.
Thank you very much, Kate Brady. She's a correspondent with our partners at DW. You're still live on The Pulse with me, Daniel Dazi. We'll take a few minutes, but when we come back, we take you across the country where we recap the stories you may have overlooked this week as we speak to our own correspondents. Stay with us.